Today I'll be showing you the complete Disney Metal Magic pin series. This was a monthly pin series released back in 2023, and at the time it was available in the parks for $19.99 per pin, and they are all a limited edition of 2,500. So this is a 12-pin collection, and the pin designs feature scenes from various Disney princesses' stories. So we have, in the foreground, we'll have a princess and then a sidekick or a prince or someone with them. And that'll be a silhouette. And then in the background, it'll have details from that scene. And it's pretty cool because you end up with a nice depth to the pin. So super nice pins. I was really looking forward to these when I saw the announcement for them back then. And then month by month, as they were released, I started to have a small issue with these pins. So I'm curious to see if I still have that issue after not seeing these for 2 years. So we'll go into that a little bit later. But for right now, let's take a look at the pins. So I'm going to show these in the order that they were released. So the first pin was Jasmine. This was from January of 2023, but I do want to show the backer card first, but you probably saw that one pin post. There's only one pin post. Wish they had two. So we'll just take that off real quick. And it says Disney Metal Magic, Disney pins, limited edition, and you kind of have that kind of subtle rainbow effect back there that you see on metal. And there's really nothing else to see on the back. So that is the backer card, one pin post. And we have our Jasmine pin. And these are really nice. So we have Jasmine and Raja, if you couldn't see that. So you have the tiger right there and Princess Jasmine's right there. And then it looks like they're maybe in the courtyard, just outside her room possibly. And these are pin on pin. So if you look at the side, and so the top pin is kind of a glass surface, and that is what Jasmine and Raja are painted on. So that's why it's giving you that shadow effect, which is really nice. And then the background is this sandblasted background with other details in the environment. So super cool. So you can see the pin on pin right there. And on the back, do have our one pin post. It's kind of interesting that that's a blue pin post and blue nubs. And you can see the little mount points for the front pin. And it does say limited edition 2,500. And if you noticed, there's no diamond Mickey head back here. So the diamond Mickey head started in 2023, but none of the 2023 monthly pins had it yet. But all the other pins did. So that's kind of when those started. So these are missing that. So in February, we got Mulan. And this one is super nice. So we have Mulan and her father sitting under the tree. Remember that scene in the movie? I think little brother's running around here somewhere too. So that is cool. You got the ground, you got the trunk of the tree and the tree up here. Very nice. I love the shadow. I didn't notice that until I showed it here with the light casting a shadow on that silhouette. Super cool. And just like the other one, all red on the back. And the third one we have is Rapunzel and Flynn in the lantern scene in Tangled. And this one is super cool. So we have Rapunzel and Flynn, and they're in the boat. And Rapunzel is releasing her lantern. And you have the castle in the background. And then you have the flower right up here on that side. Very cool design. And the pin for April was Snow White. So we have a silhouette of Snow White and a little deer. And she is out in the woods. You can see some mushrooms and then a tree that is going over the top there. So the pin for May was Cinderella. So we have Cinderella and the prince, and they are dancing. That's the silhouette. And it looks like the background is maybe the ballroom. And there's something over here. I don't know if that's a table or a fountain or something like that. Usually in Cinderella pins, we get a clock somewhere. So it's kind of nice to not have a clock in this one. And this blue is a little different than Jasmine, if we compare them, Jasmine is a little bit lighter blue than this one. And the sixth one in the series is Princess Tiana. So we have Tiana in her dress, and she is holding the frog, Prince Naveen as the frog. And it looks like, is that a steamship in the background? Looks like it is. I see 2 smokestacks and some smoke. That is super cool. You can tell she's in the bayou. Oh, there's another frog out there too. And this one is all red. Then we have Ariel. So we have Ariel and Eric in the boat. So this is the Kiss the Girl scene. And they're in that lagoon. You have all the vines hanging down. In August, we got Pocahontas. So we have Pocahontas sitting down. We have Miko right behind her. And then she has a bunch of leaves floating in the air around her. Got some trees in the background, some mountains. Super cool scene. And then the next one we have Belle. So Belle is in her town. She is sitting reading a book, and she has a sheep watching her read. Or maybe the sheep's reading. The sheep's reading to Belle. So Belle and a sheep, and then we have like a little tower back here and a house. Super cool. It looks like it's a cobblestone road right there. Then the October pin was Aurora, and this is actually Briar Rose. So this is before she had her red or pink dress, blue dress. And this is the scene where some animals are being the prince. So I think the owl is in the coat. I think there's a squirrel up in the hat, and there's some rabbits in the boots. You can tell she is out in the forest. Then for November, we have Anna and Elsa. So we have Elsa over here, and she's holding Anna's hand. And I'm not sure is that a mountain in the background, or it looks like that might be her dress because of the way it's shaped there. Looks like it might be part of her dress. That one is super cool. Nice icy blue for Frozen. And the last one of the series is Moana. So we have Moana, and she's in a boat, and we have Maui. Maui was pretty tough to see. I thought that was just smoke or something, but then I saw the Maui's hook over here. So that is a silhouette of Maui, and then that's the sail of her boat. We have waves in the background and on the bottom. It's possible Heihei and Pua are in this, but I don't know. Maybe Heihei's right here on the front. I can't quite tell. And this one is a slightly different color too. This is more of an aqua color, so a little bit of a blue-green going on with this one. So that was the complete Disney Metal Magic pin collection. Let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite here. My favorite is going to be Rapunzel. I love that lantern scene, so I think this pin captured that scene really well. And the small issue that I had with this pin series back in 2023 is still an issue for me today, and that is the color choices of these pins. As we know, Disney princesses kind of have their colors. So Rapunzel is purple, Cinderella is blue, Belle is yellow, and so on. But with these pins, they seem to only use 4 colors, which was blue, red, orange, and green. And another thing is they did some mixing for Jasmine and Moana. So Jasmine's a lighter blue and Moana's kind of a green blue. So if you're already mixing some of the colors, then why not make a purple, a pink, and a yellow? So it's a small issue, but it still bugs me because the worst one here, for me anyway, is Tiana. So Tiana is usually green, and if you have a Tiana pin board with all the different shades of green for Tiana pins, and then you put this red pin on the pin board, you're going to look at that and think, oh, I put that on the wrong pin board. So, and the part that makes that one worse to me is they already have a green in Pocahontas. So they could have just used that green for Tiana too, and that would have looked great. So some of these pins, like I can live with most of them. The worst one is Tiana, but if I were to choose the colors of these pins, I would have made Rapunzel purple. That's just my preference. It does work because the lanterns are kind of an orange, yellow, and fire. So that works. I'm okay with that, but I would prefer that one being purple. Tiana, that needs to be green in my opinion. Belle should be yellow instead of orange. Snow White, they have her as orange. I would prefer that just being red. I think they chose red for her probably because of the red apple maybe, but most Snow White pins are red, so just keep it red. Aurora gets a little bit tough because I would just go with pink for Aurora, but I understand you got the whole debate about the pink or blue. But this pin is actually Briar Rose, so she doesn't even have her pink and blue dress yet. So this could be lots of different colors, so maybe orange is fine, but I would just go with pink for Aurora. And then getting even pickier, I would choose Cinderella is blue, and it's fine. But as we know, Disney announced a little bit ago when they redid the movie on Disney Plus that Cinderella's dress is actually silver, not blue. So I think the Cinderella pin would have looked better in the color that they used for Jasmine. That's kind of a silver blue, and that would have looked really good for Cinderella. And then the same kind of picky thing with Ariel. That one's blue, looks good, but I think it might look better if it was in Moana's kind of water, like bluish green aqua color. I think that would look better. But the ones that I think they got fine are Jasmine, Mulan looks good in red, Pocahontas looks great in green, and then Anna and Elsa, with the blue there, and then Moana with that aqua color. So those would be the changes I would make, but I still really love these pins. I love the depth that you get with the silhouette in the front and then the details in the back. So it's still a cool pin series, but man, those colors bug me. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.